Hi, my goal is to reflect on my experiences. I can implement the best math strategies as a future educator. What can I remember about math in school? I remember having many ups and downs. Sometimes I felt like I did very well, and sometimes I would feel the total opposite. Let's go back in time to when I was in elementary school. The earliest time I remember when I was in school was in grade 3. I remember the teacher teaching with some manipulatives, which made math more interesting and understandable for me. In the middle of grade 4, I moved schools. That's when I started doing poorly in math because my new math teacher was very teacher-directed. I remember just sitting at my desk during math class, just listening to the teacher talk and talk and talk. Tests were sometimes scary, especially when I didn't understand what was going on. Later, when we were introduced to calculators, I thought they were so cool. I thought that they were very helpful when solving problems, especially because I was a hands-on learner. Another problem for me was that the teachers didn't relate any questions to real-life experiences, which made math more harder for me to understand. Oh, did I mention I always had a love of creative arts? Whenever possible, in order to help myself, I would draw out pictures to help me learn, which I would do on scrap paper, thinking that my teacher only wanted to see results in the work submitted. I always thought that math results were either right or wrong, and that there was only one way to answer a math problem. Later, as an intermediate, I found math to be again not my favorite subject, and at the same time, not the worst. When I entered high school, math in grade 9 was a shock. There was so much independent work going on. I had a teacher who would copy whatever was on a sheet at all times and read exactly what was written on the chalkboard in silence. We were not allowed to talk. I did not understand any of it. I felt helpless. I never looked forward to going into my math class. All I ever wanted to do was just pass the course, and I was too scared of asking any questions. So in grade 9 and 10, I passed the course, and the same teacher recommended me to take summer school and get into college math for the next year, and not university. In summer school, the teachers were amazing. One teacher helped me relate math to real-life experiences, and I always brought in manipulatives, which she used to help us understand to show our work, which we would get marks for doing. When I got back to high school in grade 11, I went to college math. We were reviewing what we had done last year, and I felt like I was finally getting it. Although, to be honest, sometimes I felt like my friends who were in the university math courses thought of me as being in the low category, the fact that I was in college math. Throughout the rest of the year, I always had a positive attitude towards math and always thought I understood what was going on because I received good grades, not caring that much if I was in university math or not. By grade 12, I continued with college math and I actually got 100% in the first term. All of my classmates were asking how come I'm in college math and not university. The answer was I was too scared to fail. I was scared to be in the situation I was back in grade 9 and 10 feeling helpless. I was scared of the challenge and receiving almost failing grades. I just wanted to have a feeling of success. So what does the literature say? Have my teachers been teaching math the best way possible? Let's take a look. In relation to the article Teaching as a Cultural Activity, it talks about learning in a cultural way. How is it done? It's done through informal participation. In Japan, students are encouraged to start off by struggling with a math problem, participating in discussion, and then talking about the pros and cons of the various methods used. They are encouraged to answer math problems multiple ways and then analyzing them visually together rather than independently. They can actually see individual differences, and it's an advantage. Rather than focusing on one strategy, many strategies were encouraged. And I always thought that there was only one way to answer a question, which was right or wrong. In relation to how students learn math and what math we want to learn, Marion Smalls believes that students learn best when they are constructing their understandings. Various processes should be encouraged. There should be a deeper understanding on how students think. Students are creating their knowledge in a constructivist approach, such as using manipulatives. Manipulatives help students learn, which I agree with. In relation to Sarah Fry and Kim Dewitt in Once a Struggling mentions ways I can become an effective educator for my future students by having a caring relationship with them, setting high standards for them, relating math problems to real-life situations, and using as many manipulatives as possible. I learned that mistakes are encouraged, and that I will focus more on process than product. Finally, communication is key. Group work and sharing ideas with one another can really help students, so why not let them talk? So looking at my experiences with math, I can definitely see the good and the bad strategies my teachers use. And through those experiences, I can now understand how I can be a great math teacher.
created using Powtoon.